All right, we're
Well,
live.
let me tell you. Oh. So lame.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to restart it?
Back it up like 5 minutes, please.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. There we go.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh, so hilarious. We weren't even live. Okay.
My bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I just learned something really nerdy, but it didn't accomplish what I wanted it to.
You might want to also have the Shakespeare video from YouTube at the ready. Great. Did you see what Juanita wrote underneath one of my posts? She wrote, "Must be hard to being a genius."
Can confirm, Juanita, it's true.
All right, our new ad was approved.
Nice. I gotta learn how to code.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to do something that seems so simple, and yet it's not. Heck yeah. What are you asking Santa for?
I never asked Santa for anything.
Oh, me neither. Because I don't celebrate Christmas. If you were to ask Santa for anything, what would it be?
Superpowers.
Which one? Or which ones?
The power to make you not talk to me anymore.
Wow. Harsh.
Well, that's a pretty good power, right?
No. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this right now. Okay.
All right, everybody. Here we are. It's time to rock and roll. This is actually an interesting one because this is going to be a webinar where I just want to talk through the process from beginning to end of how I used AI on a creative project. And this is a special creative project because, actually, if you can bring it up on the screen, it's a special creative product because, so when I started using before AI, I would often be hired by people to do explainer videos. And an explainer video is usually an entertaining video that takes a big concept and squashes it down into just like a little 2 to 4 minute video. In this case, what I was doing was an explainer video for the Magic Bookifier AI ghostwriting app. Previously, I've done explainer videos for people like Spectrum News, and I've done like explainer videos for. I was actually talking about there's a game show where I did where I explained the rules of the game show within the video, and that's kind of like an explainer video. And I've done a ton. There's this YouTube channel called Curious Jack where I used to do explainer videos for them as well. Anyway, it's a very particular format. But here's the thing, which is I had 48 hours to get ready for a launch. So this video had to be turned around in 48 hours. And this is something to do a video, I think, at this level of quality normally would be a lot harder with like the animation and some of the other things that were done. But now, why don't we just talk through how long things would have taken without using AI, and then how long they took with AI, and how it did not end my creativity. But AI actually is kind of like a superpower, which I would have asked for Santa for if I had asked Santa for anything.
Oh, I thought you were going to ask Santa for me never to talk to you again.
No, that's incorrect. Actually, I asked Santa. I would have asked Santa for superpowers, but the superpower was the ability to avoid you talking to me.
Right, but now you just named a different superpower.
Sure. Would you like
Mhm.
to derail the webinar any further?
I would love to.
Okay, go ahead.
It's me, William Shakespeare. I am thrilled to show you how Magic Bookifier can help turn your ideas into a book. Our suite of writing tools range from simple to full-on AI ghostwriting using your ideas. Let's kick things off with the Auto Writer tool. Just one sentence and boom, you've got a 2,000 to 3,000 word ebook. Pick a descriptive title, choose your language, confirm your own brilliant idea, and click Create My Book. Bam! In minutes, your draft is in your library waiting for its big debut. Next up, the chapter creator. It's like building a book brick by brick. Put in your topic, add a title, name a chapter, boom, done. Need more chapters? Stack them up right inside your library. Your masterpiece grows before your very eyes, chapter after glorious chapter. Next, the ebook creator. Got a pile of tweets, blog posts, or maybe that genius audio rant you recorded at 3 a.m. No judgment here. Give it a name, upload the file, and shazam! Your scattered thoughts transform into a cohesive
Awesome.
book.
Okay, that's enough.
Into your
You get the
library.
idea about
Ready
what the
for the professional
you
tool?
get the idea about what the actual thing is. Now let's just talk about how it is made. Okay, so first of all, I started off with scripting. Now, back in the day, scripting was actually one of the larger parts of doing a video like this, and sometimes would have to go back and forth for a week. The reason being, because with a video like this, what you want to do is you want to get out specific information about whatever the product is or whatever you're trying to convey, and then secondly, that specific information has to be put into a script that is entertaining, doesn't step over any lines, et cetera, et cetera. So it goes back and forth between the creative and the producers quite a bit, usually over a week. This Shazam is an epic word, Ernest. Way to go. Nice. Anyway, so what we had to do, can you keep the video image up there just in case I need you to go to different parts
Yep. Oops.
with us? Yeah, not instead of
Yep,
us.
I am doing it.
All right. So in this case, this is how I worked on the script with AI. So I actually went to ChatGPT and I put in all the details of the software, and I was like, okay, these are all the details that I need to convey. And I need it to be inside a script that is short, punchy, and make sure the audience gets all this information. The whole idea is to educate the audience on the software. And then, of course, it wrote a script, and it wasn't great, but it had all the information that I needed. And then I said to ChatGPT, one of my favorite things to do is I said, rate this categorically on a scale of 1 to 10. The goal is to convey all of the information people would need about the software and for it to be entertaining and funny. And so it rated it on categorically, rated very low on entertaining and funny, but great on information. And then I got to look at all of the categories. In fact, let me see if I can find really quick exactly how it responded, so I can just tell you exactly what the categories were. But it went through and it rated it categorically. And then I was able to look at those categories and say, okay, it gave reasons for why it rated things like that. And then I was able to go through all of those reasons and then decide what I wanted to do to alter them. Here's an example of what it would say. Let's see. Here's an example right here. I'm going to read one of these things. All right. Engagement, 7 out of 10. While the script is informative, it could benefit from more engaging language or creative hooks to sustain viewer interest, especially for promotional video. For example, more storytelling or real world examples would elevate the appeal. So this technique of where I'm saying like to categorize it on a scale of 1 to 10 and evaluate it can be done with anything. It doesn't have to be with a script. It can be your idea for a new book. It could be for your plans for a vacation, whatever. It will just break it down by categories and analyze it for you and just give you information which you can then act on. So one of the things that I wanted to do was I was like, okay, I want to make this a lot more entertaining. And then so I would pitch ideas to the AI and then have the AI evaluate whether or not the idea was going to be entertaining or not. Ultimately, I obviously made the decision because the AI itself is not really that good on emotions or funniness. But when through its feedback, I decided on something, which was I wanted to do authors from history getting excited about Magic Book of Fire and doing things like boom, bam, shazam, which is one of the words that's in there. And so I wanted all that to be part of it. And then I told it exactly what I wanted. It wrote a draft, also wasn't great. So I went back through that draft and then rewrote a lot of the jokes and then finally recorded it. And so that whole process, I think, took me maybe an hour to an hour and a half, which is really good considering it would take a week. Even if it wasn't sending emails back and forth, but just people being in the same office, because I've done this before, like developing scripts within an office where everybody's like on site, it still usually takes days. All right, now let's go on to the next thing, which was creating the character William Shakespeare for this thing. So I had AI do animation of a custom character. If you know anything about true editing takes a lot. You're right, Ernest. So if you know anything about visual effects, you'll know that doing an animation of a custom character takes a lot. In this case, the animation of the custom character took maybe 4 minutes, and developing the custom character took maybe half an hour. This is how I developed the custom character, and I will show you the program that I used to animate it. So I developed the custom character with Ideogram, and I'm going to bring up Ideogram right now. You know what? I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Here comes everybody. Here comes Ideogram. Okay, so I think if we scroll back far enough in Ideogram. So I recently did another video where the where Jane Austen was the star. I believe the image that we ended up using for that video is this one right here. Anyway, let's go back to the William Shakespeare. And he's got to be right here. So when I did this, excuse me, my idea around it, here we go. And here's the actual one I used in the video. My idea around it was that William Shakespeare would be using a laptop, and because he's in the modern world, he's using Magic Bookifier. That's really the only bit of the story that I had. So I actually, my prompt was really simple. I said, William Shakespeare at a desk with a with a slim laptop, portrait style. That's it. And then the system, when you use this system, it has a thing called magic prompting. It isn't magic prompting, but what it is the AI looks at your prompt and says, what can make this prompt better? And then it rewrites 4 different versions, and then it tries it. So it rewrote that prompt. It rewrote that prompt to a portrait style photo of William Shakespeare sitting at a desk. He is wearing a white shirt and a black vest. On the desk, there is a slim laptop and more. The background is blurred and contains books and a lamp. Okay, so
yes,
just
and Ernest says that Jane Austen with smartphone is criminal.
Well, you're gonna hate the video when you see it. It's out there, buddy. It's
so
out
true.
There. It's also really funny because it's me doing a terrible accent.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, but there you have it. Okay, so I used this. I generated several different versions. I picked this one, and then next I took it over to an app called Hedra to animate it.
And is Hedra free? Did you use a premium version?
I did use a premium version. Hedra does have free version as well. I use a premium version so I could do more time at once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's here we go. Boom, here's Hedra. Oh, look at that. There she is with her phone.
It didn't even occur to me when I saw it. As many times as I've seen this with her with the phone, it never once occurred to me that shouldn't be.
Yeah, totally.
Why, it's me, Jane Austen.
Isn't that great? So stupid.
It is, and Ernest says, I don't hate it, LOL. It's just hard on heart, LOL. I'd rather be with a wand from 100 years ago or 100 years ago people with smartphone.
I'm just gonna say this: you're texting us on YouTube right now. You don't want to be 100 years ago. Come on.
No, you don't.
Come on. All right. So let me just show you how this works really quickly. Let's we've got a little bit of time, so let's actually create a picture and then animate it really quickly. Okay, so I'm just going to say Mark Twain portrait. Hey guys, I'm doing this right now. Mark Twain portrait. Mark Twain portrait. He is sitting in, and I'm doing typos because it'll understand. I need room.
And while you're typing, Ernest says, LOL, I know I always choose future for time travel questions.
and uncharacteristic.
I do too. I think I also usually choose future for time travel questions. I think it's called anxiety. I think that's probably why. What about you, Victor? Do you always choose future for time travel questions?
I can't talk to you while I'm typing. Sorry. Thanks. Okay. Now I'm done typing. Here we go. Okay, so now it's going to make its versions of that prompt, the typoed prompt that I did with Mark Twain. What was your question, Rachel?
Oh, well, Ernest said it's up on screen now that they always choose future for time travel questions, and I said I do too. And then I asked what you choose for time travel questions. You always pick future?
I wouldn't say that.
Hmm.
I wouldn't say that. I would probably. I would. I mean, I don't actually want to time travel, so
I think it would be cool to try. I'm like I would want to know more details, but on the surface, I'd love to.
I mean, I'm good at going forward in time at the current rate.
I think everybody is. I don't think there's a choice.
Okay, well, then our whole conversation was moot. All right, so let's do this with our picture. So first we have to select a voice. We can just record this live because why not? Here we go. What's happening? Oh, I got to give permission. Describe your. Oh no, that does it need permission? What's happening? Why isn't it? Let me reload this and see if it'll fix it. Okay, record. Click record. And
maybe it's because you're actively using your mic elsewhere.
I mean, if that was the case, it shouldn't give me some sort of error.
Not necessarily.
All right, I'm going to upload this picture anyway. All right, and oops. Okay, there he is.
And I guess you could record in QuickTime and just do an upload.
Yeah, I could, but I'm just going to. I can just grab a file from something out from a different recording. Great. Here we go. And
this is live stream, everybody.
Okay, yes it is. Okay, so I just uploaded the recording that I used for Jane Austen. This is actually going to be interesting because you can see how voice changing works. So you can actually do this all in Hedra. I use 11 Labs for voice changing because I think it has higher quality voices. But I don't need to show you that today. But this does voice changing too. So this is the original recording. Hi, it's me, Jane Austen. I wasn't even trying very hard because I knew I didn't have to. All right. Anyway, so then I can take this through the AI voice changer and I can pick a voice. Since it's going to be, even though it's going to be saying Jane Austen, let's find something that works.
God has given you one face and you make yourself another.
I don't like that.
What's good, bro? This is the only.
Hey, I'm Aristide.
Our
Whoa.
distrust is very expensive.
Love doesn't make the world go round.
Planning a trip to Port.
Ich bringe Ihre Botschaft freundlich.
Perhaps you would prefer a slice of
Great.
apple.
The professor voice, we're going to use that, and then we'll say generate video. And so it will take my performance, map it to this voice, and lip sync it with this face. I'm sure it's not going to be great because this isn't the perfect version of the image, but we can come back to this. All right. So next, what I did was I created music. We'll be done very soon. I created music.
And Ernest said Jamal's voice was perfect for this. Haha. I liked the kawaii one myself.
I wasn't even paying attention to which was which. All right. So this is what I used to make the music. Suno, where you can do it and this is one of my favorite ways to make background music. Like I'm obsessed right now with classical music mixed with hip hop, and so I've done that a lot. And I'm just going to show you how I do this. It's really simple. I choose to make it instrumental, and then I'll say like what I want the instrumental to be. And in this case, I'll be like a marimba. And then I could also decide that it's a particular style, like sadness. You can put in adjectives, anything you want. All right. So I'm just going to start with that, and it should start creating that. While it's doing that, let's go check on what happened with this dude. Looks like it is 32% done. He's still cooking over here, 32% done. So you're back here. Let's go back over to here. Oh, these are already ready to start playing. So marimba music. This is a marimba. I think it decided more like sad was more important than marimba. Okay, here we go. Let's see what the other one is. Ah, there we go. Sad marimba. Okay, so what I would do is I would take this now, because I don't want to use this whole song. What I can do is I can tell AI to start from just like this far in and then switch genres, which is what I'm going to do next. But before I can do that, I have to let this AI completely finish the whole song, because it's like only partway through the song. When it's finished, it will have like numbers like here. All right, let's go back and see if this guy is done. He is not quite done. So let's just talk about what the next step is while we're waiting for these AI things to finish. The next step is actually pretty easy. We used a software called Descript to take down a transcript. With Descript, you can put your dialogue into Descript either by video or recording it live there, or you can do it by uploading a file. But then once it's uploaded, then Descript does a transcript, and then it can easily make auto-generated subtitles.
That's true.
Video.
That's true. And Ernest says, Rachel, that was interesting pick too. Japanese have a lot of cute voices.
Oh my gosh. Do I have to watch Ernest try to hit on Rachel? Is this what this show is about now?
It is. It sure is. People can't help it.
Oh man. All right.
Thanks,
Anyway.
You can hit on me anytime.
Yeah, that's really not good to say on the internet.
That's
okay,
true.
so here we go. Let's see how this one is doing.
Hi, it's me, Jane Austen. Whatever happened to that book you said you were going to write? Still stuck? Well, luckily there's Magic Bookifier. Even if you don't know where to start, you can just tell it what you want to write, and Magic Bookifier will interview you about your ideas.
All right, so definitely the performance doesn't work with that voice, but you see how it works. It's pretty funny. Also, this, like I said, this voice sounds lower quality than the voices that are at 11 Labs. But you do it the exact same way. You can just put in any audio file and click change voice, and it just does a better job. All right, so it looks like
it's almost funnier with the lower quality voice.
Maybe. We'll see. Who knows? All right. So the song is done. It is a 4-minute song about a 4-minute marimba song. But here's an interesting thing to do, which is you can go to create and you can go to extend. And so you can tell it to take that song and extend, but I can tell it to change the style to like hip hop.
Yes, and for those of you watching, if you're using Suno and you're maybe not able to pay for credits, but you do have Adobe, you can go into Premiere Pro and remix it and extend your track if you need to save some cash. And then US asked, what program is this? Well, right now on screen is Suno. I'm not sure because there's a little bit of a delay when we're live. Before Suno, we were on Hedra. I believe it's HEDRA for the voiceovers and avatars.
Right. And so the type of extending, I just want to be clear, the type of extending that Rachel is talking about is not the type of extending we're doing here. It's a very different thing. What this does is the program starts at a part in the song, but then starts to recompose in the new style you've chosen. That doesn't happen in Premiere. Premiere just changes the length.
I see.
So what I'm doing here is I'm saying, listen to the first 6 seconds of the song, and then from there, I want you to go make it hip hop with sassy beats. Okay.
Oh.
So that's what we're doing here. Okay. And so I'm having it do that. And that's usually a way where I can start to get something that sounds interesting, that sounds different than just like, an AI creation. So as soon in like a couple of seconds, this will be ready to roll. And here it goes. So let's see what it did, starting with the first 6 seconds from this, and then trying to turn to hip hop. So here we go. It's pretty fucking awesome.
I love this.
But it is awesome, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then here we go. Did a different version. Both are really interesting. And then so I now can go to, so when these are done cooking, you can actually go to create and then tell them you want the whole song. So it'll marry the first 8 seconds of this to this, so you can actually hear it begin and then transition. And that's actually exactly how I made the music for the Jane Austen video, which you haven't seen yet, and the William Shakespeare video. And it's just great because like it is, it's a quality which you couldn't have like that much control. Like even if you're subscribed to a music service, like there's so much that you couldn't do. And now for me, where I used to do these high-end videos for clients like Facebook and Penguin Random House or whatever, and then now I can do the same type of quality, but just like in my house within 48 hours, and this thing was totally done. Rachel helped too.
I did help.
All right. So that is the end. Are there any questions before we call this a webinar? Because we're about to call it a webinar. All right, everybody.
Question. No, that was it. So thanks everybody for joining us live. It was free while it's live, but Ernest says that's great and thank you. You are very welcome, Ernest. Ernest, if you don't know, and he says nope, got it all. He has no more questions. That's great. Thanks, Ernest. This was free while it's live, but it is archived and at our school community, which you can check out and learn all about by going to altartsacademy.com. And if you join our community, you get like lots of other perks too, like not just archived webinars, but early access to podcast episodes, resource guides, direct communication with us to ask your questions, and so much more, plus the whole community to go along with. So thanks for joining us. And that was altartsacademy.com.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.